we have a housing shortage in the city of Kelowna, just like we have a housing shortage in pretty much every city in BC and throughout our country. But I want to talk about the effects of Airbnbs on the housing shortage and what they may or may not be having. Now, first, I'm posting this in the Cast the Net forums. It's a pretty anonymous medium. I'm putting this in video format because it's easier to inflect. I know I'm probably opening myself up to some internet trolls. So be it. My profile, you can see who I am anyway, if you do any amount of digging. But to the internet trolls that think, and I'm a real estate agent, that think I don't care and this is all about buying real estate and things, if you know me, if you check me out, I have long advocated for affordable housing for first-time home buyers. I have advocated for rentals, for homes for tenants. I have a heart, okay? I have an email thread 5-6 years ago. I emailed David Eby when he was the Attorney General and I voiced to him some concerns I had about speculative real estate purchasing and the negative effects they may be having on home ownership. I made statements to the Governor General or the Attorney General that probably would hurt my business with some of my clients, but I do look big picture. I care. Okay, so now Airbnbs, and this isn't about the province because the province is doing what they're doing. I'm talking to the city of Kelowna. I'm talking to Mayor Diaz and our council and our city planners. I am tired of seeing in the media, and I am seeing stories in the media about the positive effects or about Airbnbs being shut down and no differentiating between illegal Airbnbs in single family homes or condos. I'm seeing no differentiating between those and purpose-built STR buildings that were built under the zoning of the day and provided by the city of Kelowna to build on. These buildings, and I'm probably going to miss one, Playa del Sol, the Sol on Bernard, or Sol on St. Paul, the Brooklyn on St. Paul, Discovery Bay on Sunset, Sunset Waterfront Resort on Sunset, Cambridge House on Leon, the McKinley, the Granite at McKinley Beach project, a couple of the buildings up in Quail Ridge, the new Aqua and Caban projects. I'm probably missing one or two, but these buildings were built specifically with zoning that allowed short-term rentals. This is what they were. When I see stories on the Government of BC website and they talk about the banning of Airbnbs and the returning of these properties to long-term rental stock, these were never zoned for long-term rentals. Did some people use them for that? Sure, but they had the ability to short-term rental. Okay, how did this happen? The city, when they rolled out the 2040 official community plan 3 or 4 years ago, changed the zoning, took away the short-term rental ability, the short-term rental zoning for the whole area, but they grandfathered these buildings because that's what these buildings were bought for. People paid a premium for these things. When the province came along, they banned the grandfathering. What's ironic is the province actually allows Airbnbs in suites in homes in single family zones. Cities have the ability to opt out of that. But what's ironic is the province says, yeah, you can run an Airbnb in your basement suite in a residential area, but you people that actually bought something in a commercial building, in a building that was owned for this, you can't. Like it's moronic, this province. But back to our city. Our city has never spoken up for these STR owners that were rezoned. Our city claims they asked for an exemption with the province. They claim, and maybe they did, but bottom line is nothing's happened. Okay, and the reasons nothing happened is the city, excuse my language, doesn't want to piss off the province. There's $31 million here, $6 million here. Don't advocate for people who actually bought something in good faith from you because you might piss off the master. Well, you know what? Do the right thing, okay? there's a perception out there, and I'm speaking to tenants who, again, understandably, you're concerned about having a place to rent. I'm with you. But these purpose-built STR buildings, these are mums and pops, maybe just like you, maybe just like your parents, hopefully like your parents. If you don't, ignore this, but the ones that do, these aren't land barons that bought 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 of these things. That odd person may exist. I've got stories, and I'm going to have dozens of these things of people just like you. A young doctor and his wife who own a fourplex and bought an STR, trying to pay off the student loans. I've got a senior in a wheelchair with major arthritis that bought an STR because it provided an income for her. These people are being screwed by this legislation, but they're being screwed by the city of Kelowna because the city of Kelowna is not speaking up. The city of Kelowna speaks up for building rental housing, and I'm with you, that's very important. But you say nothing publicly for the very people who bought something, pay their taxes. You're saying nothing, it's silent. So people like the tenants that I'm talking to are just going, these STR owners, screw them, we need these rentals. We need these rentals back. They never were long-term rentals. So the city Kelowna, they won't speak to you. Folks, I'm speaking to you. There's illegals, yes, shut them down, get them off the platform, get them out of business. But the purpose-built short-term rental buildings of people just like you that are being slaughtered financially because they're the long-term rental rate that they'll get, the monthly rent will not cover the mortgage payment. You know what? And I'm talking to our mayor and council. If I see one more friggin' story about the homeless on Waddell and housing, now I say this, I'm putting myself out there by saying this, I am a person that has long cared about the homeless. More than once, I've had homeless people at Safeway buying groceries. There was one time I pulled up with a lady, take her to buy groceries, and she said, "Oh, I'm not allowed in there. You'll get in with me." I try to walk in, the security guard, you see the guy with the long ponytail? This is a factual story. He walks up, "She's not allowed in here." "Oh, can she come in with me?" Yeah, she came in with me. So I care. But you know what? Mayor Diaz and council, I'm so sick. You know what? Squat on Waddell, do drugs, park yourself on a tourist attraction, make the area look like shit. Now we'll move you to a free home. We'll give you a place to live. Buy something from the city of Kelowna, buy something in good faith, pay your taxes, pay your STR license, get screwed. Stand up for these residents. Tell the truth, okay? Tell the truth that these people did nothing wrong, that the city played a role in this. I saw yesterday a story in Castanet. City planner Ryan Smith talks about the positive effects that this zone, that these changes are having. You know what? Screw you, Smith. My wife's going to get mad at me for saying that. But when I see that, I get so angry. At the public hearing back in January, at the end of the hearing, when Councillor Ron Cannon asked you if the city of Kelowna zoning had any bearing on what was happening with these STR buildings being targeted by the province, or was it just a stroke of the pen of the province? Your answer was, "Correct, your worship, it's the province." You know what? That's not true. That is not even close to true. It's the city's zoning that opened this up to the grandfathering. Tell the truth. Have a spine. So yeah, I'm getting angry. City of Kelowna, speak up. Tell the taxpayers, tell the tenants what happened. Go to bat for these STR owners who did nothing wrong.